Welcome to the OHB podcast. My name's Jav,
Mike.
and today we're going to wrap it up about paid ads versus organic marketing for your online fitness coaching business. Now, everyone's probably seen them ads that are like, oh, you know, why send DMs? Why post content all day? Just run a 14-day challenge, or or just do this, just do that, and pay and get paid ads. Or you might have seen some coaches that are like, hey, you don't need to do ads
At all.
You know, just send DMs, post content, and people come to you.
Yeah, no ads until you reach 100K a month.
Yeah, like there's loads of different opinions and stuff like that. So yeah, we want to kind of break down what our opinions are on this. They may differ. We don't always agree on the same thing. So yeah, I'll kind of let you kick off what you actually think. Let's start with paid ads. Like, do you think coaches should be going straight in with paid ads? What do you think? Well, what do you think overall?
Yeah, so I think using both is the sweet spot, and I think it's also about a coach's specific scenario. Yeah, so it's kind of like my thoughts on fitness. It's like, are you the Eddie Abu route where you think that, you know, everyone should eat eggs and it should be super restrictive, or are you the James Smith like route where it fits in your calories, that's all that matters? Me, I think it's all about the individual person, their needs, their health. So same with a fitness coach. If you like the person watching this or who wants to grow their business, you know, further or whatever, where are you now? Do you have income coming in? What sort of income do you have coming in? Do you have on that, you know, what sort of page do you have? So that's what I'd say. But using both is the sweet spot now. That's what I would say, man. What about you? Using both?
I would say most coaches should use both. It's just how you use both is really what we need to get, what we can probably talk about. Because if the reason I say that is because like if someone's come through the door, they don't know how to post content. They're still posting content on their Samsung S1 from 2001 with no camera quality, and they ain't even got a microphone, and they don't have to make content. Running ads is just like adding more shit to shit, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but then the you know, what people will say is that, yeah, but if that person just needs to make money, then why don't they just run ads if that's quicker? And then as the money comes in, they get better. What do you say to that?
But then that's where they're going to mess up, because they're not going to get the best out of an ad because they're not good at making content anyway. So yeah, that's one of the bigger issues. So I think that every coach should learn to do both, but I still believe that you should start with organic. And then add Facebook ads or Instagram ads or YouTube ads.
100%.
And it's mainly just down to the skill level, because we have to be really, really honest for a second. Anyone can get a PT qualification, right? Like anyone. And that's the biggest issue, that there's no like...
The barrier entry is very low.
Too mad. So
it's true.
Someone that doesn't even know how to operate a laptop can get a qualification.
Yeah.
You can't throw them into ads, bro, because they don't have a business.
Yeah.
They don't know how to set up the automations that go in after they do an ad. They don't know how to continue the nurturing process because they don't have any content that nurtures the ad, the person that signed up to the ad. So there's too many variables to let someone just go in and do ads.
So essentially what we're addressing is the beginner versus the person who is fully competent. So firstly, let's just address the beginner then. So the beginner should just start with organic.
100%.
Start with organic, yeah? And what I'll add to that as well is a lot of, you know, beginners are getting caught in a crossfire of, oh, but you should just make money straight away. And that's where these gurus are caught catching you, right? Because you're in a situation where maybe you're struggling, you need to make money fast and whatever, right? And they're saying, well, no, do these ads and that's going to make sense. No, that's bullshit. Go get a job. Like 100%. Bro, 100%. Go get a part-time job and learn. That's what I would say. What would you say? Because I would say get the part-time.
Or if they ain't got money.
Yeah. Because then, because I think sometimes we back ourselves into imaginary corners. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like, how many coaches do you come to speak to you, and then they're like, oh yeah, you know, I just need to grow my online coaching business. But then maybe they've got like 2 clients on the gym floor. And I actually spoke to a coach the other day, right? I spoke to her on the phone, actually, funny enough. And he was like, they were just in a shitty situation, to be honest with you. It was a girl, she's a shitty situation where basically she was doing shifts for the gym, like a 12-hour shift, to cover what would be the gym rent, but she had no clients.
Okay, yeah.
And she'd been there for like months. So think of it, you're literally working for free. That's all you're doing. But because you're a personal trainer, you don't realize you're in this matrix. Like you think this is a normal way to live, where someone in a 9-to-5 or any other industry will look at you and think, are you feeling all right?
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. What would you say to the beginner?
If I was a beginner,
Gym floor, like no, you ain't really got no money. You're thinking about doing online. Your gym's not really working as well for you, but
I think it's more down to like getting the education, man. So it's acquiring the skills to be able to do it. So if it means getting a job and then learning that, but then the issue is the benefit of doing the 12 hours on the gym floor is that you're exposed to being in the gym, so you can try and pick up more one-to-one clients to then raise your money and then invest in the online. So that's the trick.
Good at that. But you're good at that whole thing, because some gyms are just like they're capped, or the person isn't learning fast, and that learning curve can be like a year, 2 years. So I really do believe like some people should, not everyone, some people should do the gym floor, but you will see within a couple months, right? If you can pick up clients, if the gym is a good gym, versus you can go get a sales job somewhere, like picking up phones and whatever, and your learning curve is just so much quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
but I think also it comes down to the intention of the coach, because you get a lot of PTs that are like, I want to do online, but I'm not sure if I should go all the way online or stay in the gym, or I want to do hybrid, or, you know, they're not like all the way invested in online. They just kind of want to half do it. Yeah. Or they think it's like passive income and da-da-da-da. Yeah. I tell people like, it's not passive income. No. You still got to do something. Even if you have the most hands-off online coaching business in the world, you still got to delegate. Yeah. Which means you have to manage people. So you're a manager. There's still...
You got to be knowledgeable to be a manager.
You've got to be knowledgeable to manage. So there's still elements of it. So I think sometimes, and a lot of PTs, beginners, they come into this online thing with the wrong mentality. Mm-hmm. They're thinking that, I just get 20 clients online and I don't have to do anything. Yeah. Like, nah, bro, it don't work like that. So I think that's a big part. And then, so for the beginners, there's some core skills that I think they need to learn before they can start running ads. Yeah. So I think the first core skill, it's kind of tied. There's one. I think the first one, I put them on the same level, but the first one would be like sales and copywriting. They need to get good at that. Because if you can't sell, there's no point running the ad in the first place, because when that person's ready to buy, you can't sell them anyway. Yeah. So, and the copywriting is, and I mean copywriting as in even in what you say, what you script in your ad video and emails, that's also important. So those are the two core skills, I think, to start off with, that
before you even start with the ads.
Before you even think about ads,
Yeah. The truth is most people are lazy now. That's the truth. Like I heard a coach say it the other day. She basically built her business to 3K per month, no mentors or anything like that. She's now looking to get some help. But she said, look, like so much information out there, a lot of lazy coaches are just lazy. So that's why I think sometimes the gym floor can make you lazy. Do you get it? Because where you're thinking, all right, cool, go to the gym floor and I just got to talk to a couple of people on the treadmill. And it's kind of like, it can get you in a lazy culture where what most coaches are doing is just having fun with their fellow PTs. You know what I mean? Busting jokes, training as much as what they want, talking to members, you know, cleaning up the gym. Think of it as a person who's competent, that's got big goals, and you're there cleaning up the gym, and it's kind of dumbing people down, you know? So that's why I would say for the beginners, don't get sucked into the people telling you just go for paid, straight into paid. Paid ads are something that is part of a bigger system, you know? It's just accelerate, just more eyes. Yeah. It's nothing more than more eyes.
And there's so many things that could go wrong with it. So it's like, you need to be ready to do that. So there's a couple more core skills that I think that they need, which would be the content creation side.
Yeah.
They need to know how to manage their systems. So that means whether it's a CRM.
Follow-ups, like you can't just put a paid ad. You need to try and keep as much of that money in as possible so it's profitable. So you launch the ad for some sort of intention, whether it's for people to download a guide or to join a challenge or to follow you, whatever it is. But it needs to be a system, right? Set up to where you collect as much people as possible and they turn to cash, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, and even the program, that onboarding program, because if you imagine you got everything else right, you was really good at selling and stuff like that, and you got an influx of people.
Yeah.
If you ain't got the systems in the program to manage that, then your business breaks.
Crash anyway. So refunds, all of that.
Even that, man. But yeah.
So the beginners know. So now let's talk about the people who are a bit more advanced and are thinking, all right, let's say they're making around 2,000 a month from just their online, and they're making about 3K from the PT. Yeah, so they're making about 4 to 5K a month, like in their fitness business in general. Things are fluctuating, but they've only ever gotten clients from like people from the gym who want to do online, not PT. A bit of work on their Instagram, posting content, and they're just kind of stuck there, and they want to go fully with this online thing. What do they do now in terms of ads?
Yeah, I would say that person, as long as they're making content, they've got like a good offer. So the offer's actually, I forgot, that's one of the core pillars as well for the ad. I think they can go into ads. It's just deciding what works best for their niche.
Yeah.
And what they want to do, because there's loads of different ways you can do ads, right?
What do you mean what works best for their niche? What do you mean?
As in some ads, right? That dog is angry. Some ads, like some coaches, they might work better with 7-day challenges.
Like what type of coach would work better?
I would say, I think a lot of women do really well with 7-day challenges. So like middle-aged mothers.
Why do you think that is? Like, because I agree, but
I think it's a community thing, man. I think community, competition, like being together. I just think that helps.
With women, the whole community aspect,
is a big thing. Yeah,
supporting.
And I also think that it works with men as well, though. Like the challenges work with men for the competitive side.
So it's even
Because think about like 75 hard. Like everyone just does it.
But they do it solo, so that shows, right?
Yeah.
Most men do that. Just there's no community aspect to it. They just do it, but they like the competitive thing.
Yeah. So I think there's also different ways. Challenges. You could do a lead magnet where you're just collecting emails, phone numbers, giving value, and then following up. You could do direct to call funnel, which I don't think it works as much these days, but you could do it. You fill up your diary and
more expensive.
Take the bullets and just do it. There's one more. 7-day challenge.
Lead magnet challenge.
Webinar, that was it. Webinar. I think webinars can work, man, but it's the niche again. I think that. And I think if you do a webinar, I think you need a very dialed in niche, like very specific.
Yeah.
And something that is going to capture a lot of attention. So if you were to do a webinar for fitness, it would be good to know, you'd need to have like a really, like your niche, I personally think your niche needs to be dialed in to get the most out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, webinar, and then even I forgot about the follower ad as well.
Follower ads. Yeah. So there's loads of different type of ads, and if you want to know exactly what ad might work for you, we've actually got a Facebook ads course. I'll put it in the description. It's completely free.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say for someone who's making 2, 3, 4 grand a month, and they really want to accelerate it. They still need to do organic though.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you think they should exhaust the organic first, or how much do you think they should exhaust it?
So from my experience here, I think that I felt like marketing just on Instagram, I got to a point where I felt like I've spoken to everyone in my audience.
Mm-hmm.
No one's buying from me anymore. I feel like I'm just selling to the same crowd.
Do you feel like that's still now though, in hindsight, that you couldn't have done?
I probably could have done more, because I could have done more of the following to manually grow my audience. I could have engaged with more accounts to try and get I could have done more collaboration posts with bigger pages.
I feel like you know more about content now as well. Content.
And that too. Yeah, so there was more I could have grown, but obviously
you know how to go viral now, really and truly. With fitness.
Yeah, with fitness,
especially with fitness, like you know how to grow a page to a madness.
So that because of that, I think that so because of that, I felt like I would have benefited from knowing how to do ads back
100%.
And I think if I knew how to do ads, at least at the minimum, even if I'm making 5K and I say I'm just going to put £300 to £400 a month in just growing my audience, I'm always going to have leads. That's what I needed the most.
That little thing was done.
Yeah.
That would just be equal to such a more fruitful business.
Yeah, because I'm always going to have leads.
What else are you going to do with the money anyway?
Yeah.
But it's
just going to sit in the bank. Yeah. So it's like, that's the only thing. But then, I think you still should exhaust organic, and you should look at maybe joining another platform, which is a whole nother conversation. But that could be LinkedIn, it could be Facebook, it could be TikTok, it could be YouTube.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so there's arguments for both really, but you know what? It's so interesting. I thought the other day, is that it will always be both. Because even when we started to scale, right, we say paid versus organic, but what do you eventually do? You pay, whether it's a VA or you pay for like certain systems. Even if you're like, you're verified on it, you pay for your blue tick. You're always going to start spending your money anyway. So it's like you said, the key thing is to learn and educate yourself on ads. But I would say personally, if you're around that 2 to 3K region, 4K, and there's a lot of coaches now that are at that place who haven't worked with a mentor before, you need to, even if you're doing it with your gym business combined, you need to look at going with a mentor who doesn't just say you do this is the one way to do it, or doesn't say either paid or organic. Yeah, paid or organic. So there's a few mentors out there that are like that, and look, kudos to them. They might be doing 7 figures, they might be really, really good, but what we know we're really good at is starting from scratch, like really building from scratch, you know what I mean? And I think there's a lot to be said from that as well. So you want your options open. You want to speak to someone that, even if you don't take me to 6 figures, to 7 figures, whatever, but if you teach me everything, then you're set for life, essentially. Do you know what I mean? Like, that person's taught you how to fish. So sometimes I think we've got to look at mentorship differently, because really someone could go out there and read every book there is about ads, organic, marketing, everything, and they can learn, but no one's got the time to do that.
Yeah.
So if you can go to a mentor that can give you all that information, the up-to-date modern version now, that's what you want to do, rather than spending 5K, 10K for some of these coaches who, for their own simplicity and to make it easier for their business, they just teach you one thing.
Yeah. And I mean, I had a guy in the DMs, I don't know, maybe like till the other day, and he's telling me about a program he joined. He spent 7K.
Yeah.
He spent 7K. I'm like, okay, he spent 7 grand. How much you spent on ads? He's like, another 4K on ads. So, okay, what we at now? 11K. How much clients you got? None. I'm like, bro, what?
That's ridiculous.
What?
That is ridiculous.
0 clients. He's like, nah, 0 clients.
You should have done Amazon FBA, bro.
So I'm like,
Amazon.
You've just dipped in your pocket and done 11 grand
Jeez.
in a course and mentorship where they show you how to run ads, and you got 0 clients. That's a problem, bro. Like,
when do you become the problem?
Yeah. So it's like,
when does someone become the problem? Because 11K and you ain't got 1 client.
That's madness to me.
Do it.
And I think that it's a big thing with the coaches going straight into ads, man, because they want to do it. They want to do it so bad, and it sounds good. It sounds fun, and there is an element of ads where it's like you take away the hustle and muscle of having to do DMs or grow organically. So it's speeding up the process. But if you speed up the process without having a skill, it's pointless.
Yeah.
And that's why people do ads and they don't get a return on investment, because they didn't actually learn the skills of, okay, maybe I should put this word in my headline rather than this word. This is how I can DM the people that sign up to my ad. This is how to do appointment setting via calling.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't learn those core skills,
you ain't really got a business.
Yeah. So that's the issue. That's the only issue I have with these whole mentors that are saying, no, go straight into ads.
Yeah.
They're missing out on the key elements that people need, and they're not teaching it.
They're robbing coaches of the ability to fish. They're robbing them of the ability to fish, and they're playing on the fear of getting, they're playing on people's already fear of like technology. A lot of people have, I'm no good at tech, I'm no good at technology. So they're playing on that to say, let's do ads. That's easier. You're not going to have to do DMs. You're not going to have to spend whatever. But knowing that, like, you're still going to have to have, everything's hard. There's no way.
But here's the thing, yeah, because this whole, people love to do this. You ain't got to do DMs. That's cap.
Yeah.
Because when you run ads, what happens?
You have to reach out to everybody. You have to do.
You got to chat
more.
to them.
It's even more.
It's even more.
Because it's, they call it speed to lead, right? So if somebody is, like, you paid for this person, this lead. So, and if if you leave them for 7 days,
they're gone.
They're kind of gone. They've withered that. So you've got to be You understand?
So you've got to be texting them, calling them, emailing them anyway. So you're still doing DMs.
Yeah.
It's just a different way.
Yeah.
The only difference is that you're doing a DM to somebody that has like signed up for something.
Yeah.
But nowadays, with the way that ads are working, someone could just press a button and be like, yeah, it's not even worth that much in terms of like them opting in. It's not actually worth that much. It is worth something, but it's not worth that much. So when people say, oh, you ain't got to do DMs, that's a lie. You still got to do DMs, even if you're running ads, because you've got to chat to people.
Yeah.
And the start of the sales cycle is what? Talking to somebody.
Yeah.
So that whole thing, I don't, when people say it, I get it, because I say it too, but you do have to do DMs. Like, you have to talk to people. It's just talking.
Always.
So
what I would say, to kind of like conclude on my side, I think that I always paint the roadmap of this, of growing the business and getting it to a good level, right? Let's say 5 to 10K. You got audience growth at the top of the funnel. Yeah. So your audience has got to be growing, because let's say you got 2,000 followers on IG. If you just keep posting and IG's only showing that to 5% of your audience, 10% of your audience, right? Then you're talking to the same 200 people, 300 people all the time. Yeah. So that audience needs to continually grow from people who are your ideal target audience. Then you got conversations, right? So as you were saying, we can't neglect this. We've always got to learn. Even if you automate it, you've got to understand how to maybe tweak those messages so that they convert better, change the text message. You've got to understand that process and how to book people onto calls, right? So calls is where the cash is made. And then from the calls, it's selling. You've still got to learn how to sell. You've always got to learn how to sell. Even if you are doing sales call sort of structure where you do some group program, you still have to know how to improve that copy, how to like answer questions if someone asks, how to sell, right? Even in video, so selling. So audience growth, conversations, calls booked, and then selling, right? So that's the process. I think when someone's starting, I actually do believe that until I won't put a proper strict mark to say this number, but roughly I believe everyone can get to around 5K per month, right?
Right, organic.
Probably even more organically. And the only thing, just as you said, that you would do is probably put some money towards that top of the funnel to just grow the audience.
People, yeah.
That's it. That's all someone would do to get and spend that time. Yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, it's going to be tough. So yes, you got to learn things, you got to improve, but use that to do that and become better. And in that time, you're going to learn actually and become a better business person. So when you enter the world of ads, because it's a world, bro, we're still learning, growing every day, right? So when you attack that, you're in a better place. You're much more equipped, you know? So I would say that's probably...
And that's the thing, man. That's the hard work is what people are running from.
That's what
people are running from, bro. They don't want to do the hard work.
How many coaches have we helped to get to 5K with no ads, bro?
Bro, everyone. Majority of them haven't actually done ads.
No ads.
It's only now we've started letting them kind of, just because of the restrictions around Instagram. It's only literally the last 3 months that we've actually started really pushing it to do.
And it's only little amounts, like
small amount.
£5.
So
man. So
the reality is, most coaches haven't exhausted their actual audience.
They didn't even scratch the surface.
I remember one of our old mentors, you said it, like, the biggest thing is just getting them to send messages to people.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, coaches have this really, I don't know what it is, but this fear around conversating with people in their phone book.
Yeah.
But remember what my guy said, if he would go on WhatsApp and he would message every single person in his WhatsApp, that could be a lead.
100%.
Bro, that could be, some of you guys are popular, bro. Some of people, you lot got bare phone numbers.
10K, 20K.
That could be a lot of people. And you're telling me not one of them would be willing to buy your program.
It's fear, man.
It's fear.
Business is all about facing your fears. You got to face your fears. Like, hey, when someone tells me I'm no good at this, I'm no good at that, I'm not good at that, that's just a fear, and you got to face it.
Yeah.
Every single thing. There's nothing you're not good at, you know?
And it sells. It sells as well, because that's another thing as well. And it's like the mentality of, I can't charge this price or whatever because people won't buy it. What?
Mm-hmm.
What? People buy some stupidness, you know?
For shit. Yeah.
People buy some really dumb stuff. I've bought some dumb stuff in the past. So if people want it bad enough, and if you sell it well enough, like, people will pay for it, bro. People will pay for it. So
people will pay.
Yeah, Facebook ads or organic. The real conclusion is it's actually both.
Both.
They're lying to you if they say it's one or the other. It's a bit of both. But my advice is start with organic, then throw in a bit of paid to really, really scale it up, man.
Boom. So that is it. That's us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe so we can keep providing you with the value. Some information in the description about how you could work with us if you are, someone that needs help and you want to really just, change your circumstance, get freedom, be able to travel the world without being restricted to the gym floor. All right, being able to kind of provide for you, your family, make money online, not have a cap to how much you make. Then you can definitely do that. So click the link somewhere. All right, that's me.
Peace.
Boom.